Hello. Alright, so what I'm going to do today is a quick recording on using the fixed range volume profile for trading any asset with reasonable amounts of volume in it. So just cover the basics. So fixed range, any sort of sideways price action, i.e. this is a range. So effectively you're looking for the ledge at the bottom of the profile, ledge at the top of the profile, and that's your sort of developing support and resistance. And obviously be aware at the same time of what's developing on the inside. But generally, anything in the middle is not fair game, and you shouldn't be taking trades around there. You should be positioning yourself with the context of the range. You're buying bottoms and selling tops. So we'll just go through it real quick. Pull the fixed range, and we'll start off just. So just get rid of this. Whatever that is. Get rid of that, whatever that is. Okay, so sorry about that. It's anchored volume profile, not fixed range. Okay. So you can identify the range first starting once you have your high and your low and you've traded away from it. So around this point here, you should have a pretty good idea of the range that's developing. So the way we'll kind of look at this is you've got one distribution at the top, this belly shape profile here. And then you've got your main bulk of your distribution down here. And then you've also got your ledge. So you've got a ledge, I would say, this kind of low volume area. You've definitely got a ledge at the low at this point. That's your ledge. So your ledge here. And obviously if you extend that further into the future, you can see it acts as support. So you've got your ledge, and you also got your low volume node. So low volume node here, you can see that acts as resistance. And as the profile builds out, so we're now past that point, you now have a very defined ledge here. This cut out in volume. Extend that across. So you can see here it goes from high volume tapers to low volume, and then you've got your this is kind of faded out. This distribution, it's not as important anymore. And then you've still got your D-shaped profile with a little bit of a tail on top. So we'll just keep scrolling through this, see how it develops. So yep, that's still valid. But generally, so you could count this as well, and then you could look at the price action here and be willing to take trades near the top. But yeah, this area is your ledge. And then at the bottom, you got the same thing. You can see multiple taps. Doesn't break this low. And then here you have a failed auction. That brings you back inside. And then obviously back up again. Tap the extreme, come back down. And then you have another tap at the bottom. So the kind of mantra is just trade the range until it breaks. So you'll know very quickly once it's broken, and you'll get a flush move straight through the bottom of the balance, and these levels will just be disrespected. And the thing is with markets, all markets really, is that they range a lot longer than you think they do. So you can see that is very defined. So as long as you're aware of where the top of the range is and where the bottom of the range is, you can keep trading this. The value area itself is, kind of useless when you disregard price action. So what the price action is telling you is you've got one rejection here, and you've got a flip. So technically you can take it from there to maybe this high, and that's more accurate. So you can just read into it a little bit and see that, look, you've got a rejection here, come back up, a little bit of two-way, on the way up, come back down, tap it, break through, back test. So okay, this level is important and it lines up with our ledge. So in the future, I'm going to be looking to trade short off of these levels. So you've got, just for example, you've got these trades, and obviously you're looking to take them for the full rotation. And you can TP in the middle, you can TP the other end of the range, and yeah, that's really it. But yeah, going back to this, you can do the same thing for longs as well. So this is a bit of a tricky one here. But what I would do is end up waiting for the retest to come back down. If we did something like this, come back inside, that would be a solid long as well. But yeah, just recognizing that this breakdown is weak, that can give you an indication that we're not ready to go yet. And obviously if this is rejecting the range, it's going to come with some pretty heavy volatility and volume, so it shouldn't be holding the low down here like that. So basically you have your failed auction down here, and then rotation back up, and at the same time consequent lower highs, and then meltdown. And then we're going to go over using it on a higher time frame. So let me clear these drawings real quick, and you'll move on to that. Okay, so higher time frame. Let's go on a 1 hour. Let's check this out. So same thing again here. We'll just go over the range example again. That's where you break out. So here's quite a funny one really. So you can see, just going back through this, you have a little range here, build up a distribution, so you can mark this off as you got a low volume node, so technically this is separating the two distributions. And then you can also line that up with, okay, so we're rejecting. So what I'm going to do is I want to be close to this bottom distribution, and see where the highs are rejecting. So let's take a look at this. Let's get rid of that long. Take a look at this. Touch back here, flip. So you got something like this. You got ledge of the profile. Bring this down a bit more. Ledge of the profile, flipped into support, and then off we go. So this one's a bit of a weird one, because trading this in the middle here, you're obviously not looking at massive moves. I mean, they're still tradable, but is what it is. And then you've got very clearly defined ledge here, and obviously you carry that forward into the future. That's top of your range. This value area is all but useless, because this is kind of a double distribution profile. And then again here you've got solid ledge with multiple taps on the low, and then obviously you came down for a failed auction twice, so you're obviously tapping into maybe some higher time frame profile levels down here, and this sort of retest will give you a clue that this is coming back up. So let's actually investigate that now. So I'm just going to take this whole chunk right here up until this point. So yeah, you can quite clearly see again the profile coming in handy, and that is that you've got this low volume node here. So obviously you've broken above this, you're now knocking about in this distribution here. So if this is anything to help you by, you got this distribution, you've got this lower distribution with the point of control, and you've got this kind of sketchy one here. And if you extend these lines out into the future, so you can see, obviously this is showing the whole data for this period, but I bet if we were to drag it back, then you're going to get something in here. drag this. Further back. Okay, yeah. So it's an even better example here, right? So you've broken out of this distribution. There's a low volume area to fill. You got this ledge here with these highs. Resistance, flipped, turned into support, and then you've got your massive rally coming off the back of that. So, that's just really powerful stuff if you understand how the profiles move. So we'll go back to this example here. Let's go back. Okay. So we were talking about this distribution here. So yeah, again, you got your volume ledge acting as nice resistance, flips, turns to support, and off we go. Anyway, getting distracted. So yeah, it's exactly the same thing. You got this distribution here, this distribution here, and then you've got this distribution here with a bit of a low volume area, and at the same time, look what's happened. You've deviated outside, you've tested back into the distribution, and think of these areas in between as like a gate. So the gate is locked until you accept back inside, and then you're looking to rotate across the whole node, whole of this node, any of these nodes. Once you come back inside, you're now ready to traverse the area in between. So yeah, flipped into support, and this can work on any time frame. This can work high time frame, low time frame, and essentially all that's happening is you're rotating between these. So this area is locked, rejection. This area becomes unlocked, rejection. Maybe another one. You're grinding higher. So basically, you're just coming from distribution to distribution, retesting, coming back higher. So, and obviously, the high volume nodes are magnets for price. So you can get rotations in between here, and obviously that fills out this profile even further. And obviously you're going to be looking for balanced profiles. D-shape, terrible drawing, but you get the picture. So yeah, basically that's how to use this on a higher time frame. I hope that helps.